Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today on Tallidus Plays, we continue our Project Zomboid PvE Harvest Season 11 playthrough. And if you haven't noticed, it's extremely dark outside because it's only 2:40 in the morning. Our local Harvest Zomboid time is December 30th, 2:40 a.m., and the temperature is a mere 12.1 degrees Fahrenheit. So icy, icy cold outside. Before I do anything else, we're actually going to update my skills journal. So I believe we picked up a few skills after the previous event that we attended. So let me find that here. I think it's in this one of these drawers, perhaps. Again, I have yet to turn on the generator because the only reason I would really do that at this point is to save food in the fridge. And anything I have in the fridge is already rotten, so we don't really care too much about saving it. I am going to start collecting all of my coins and any money that I have on hand because we're going to see if we can interact with any of the vending machines down at the hub. So I'm going to go through here and look for anything that is either money, coins, anything that looks like it might be like jewelry, things of that nature. Here's the bound journal. We're going to go ahead and scribe into this. We need a pencil, I believe. So let me go grab that. I think I've got one over here. You know what? I'm pretty sure I've got them over here, actually. And I do apologize, it's exceedingly dark inside because I'm not using my generator right now. And the power and water have officially been shut off for the remainder of the season. So we are kind of left to our own devices in that sense. There we go, transcribing, and there we go. Again, I am suited up to the nines because of the efforts of Jiggly Hunk. Really helped us out. Oh, we do have 4 more money there through. He helped kit us out before the previous event. And that was the Haunted House VIP escort, which I will take a little bit of credit in saying that my van was the one that actually brought Rubio, the final VIP, to the hub. So apparently all the other VIPs were either lost or killed along the way. And my van was actually the final vehicle with a VIP in it at the end of the event. So we were quite happy that worked out. Again, I have the strange glitch where I can't turn my car on the first time I get inside. Just double check, and everything seems to be in order. And check my permissions here. I think this one I have passengers, and I'm going to take off tire inflation for now. And you can see, yeah, see now it glitched me inside the car, so I'm not really sure how that works, but let's turn on our headlights for the time being. So again, I think there's just some sort of delay when it comes to vehicle interaction. Can't be sure. Let's head on over to the hub, and we'll see what we see. Again, it's almost morning time. Oh, see, I glitched outside there. So, very odd. Our ping isn't bad, but it keeps throwing me out of my car. So, we'll see. I guess I can't drive too fast. Oh, maybe we can. Yeah, oh, and naturally we gotta wait. So, a little bit of a lag spike happening in the server right now. Who knows why? But we have 2 gold coins, 13 money, and a variety of jewelry that we could trade in for some potential rewards. Again, I think my short-term goal is going to be some quality non-perishables that are good for hunger. So, as it stands now, we are definitely in need of something a little bit better than a couple of cans of tomatoes. So, that's going to be what I'm looking for. Also, let's check the map and just see. We've been all over the server so far. It's our first character's little ill-fated foray up into Louisville. During the test of the server, we went over here to the Bear Lake region past Tiki Town. pretty much the bulk of this has been right here between West Point and Muldrow. And I believe this is known as Monmouth, the museum. This is where that haunted mansion was. So, some interesting interactions so far. Probably my favorite part of this entire server playthrough has actually been bartering with other players for their skills, services, and items. It's actually really helped me get kitted out. Again, I've never really had quite this much gear on to where this protection chart is like almost entirely green. That is new to me. But I'm still going to play conservatively because I don't want to lose all that good gear, you know? If we get killed, we'll lose it all, so... luckily we have the bound journal, so we won't lose all of our skills if we get knocked out, but the gear will probably be lost if we are zombified or torn apart in a faraway location. Again, I'm going to periodically drive forward as this lag seems to sort itself out. It must be... Some people are complaining about a few issues. Not sure, but yeah, there must be something going on right now. I don't think there's that many players online. We had a different event earlier, the Vault 11 event, which is very fun. I figured most people would play that and then kind of call it a day. So I was hoping to be able to get on to the PvE server here when it was a little bit lower in traffic, because normally when I get on, it's like 70 to 80 players are all online at the same time as I am. And obviously Zomboid is going to have a problem with that. Again, anything over 32, it literally says potentially unstable. So we know that 32 is, even for Zomboid, that's the high end. Frankly, Zomboid can glitch with 2 people online. You know, just the nature of being on an online server that really causes a lot of these issues. Again, it's almost 6 a.m. We're about to kill these lights any minute now. My temperature is reading at almost a mere 2 degrees Fahrenheit, so let's kick on the heat. Okay, it's claiming that I have open vehicle windows. Let me hop around the seats and see here. Because I thought we had all these windows closed last time I checked. Apparently we do not. There it is. Okay. Keep opening my windows randomly. Alright, can I turn the heater on? Yes, I can. Okay, let's turn that up. Not max, this is second highest. And again, it's kind of glitchy, throwing me all around the vehicle, but hopefully I stay in the driver's seat for now. And again, I think I can actually, well, you know what, we're going to go ahead and check the client faction, and we will add player just to look at all the connected players that are online. Right here you can see, obviously, we're having some lag because this normally populates much quicker. Jiggly is online, that's cool. We're also looking for Yusuf. He's the one that helped us put chains on our tires, and also he's the member of the, I believe, the Gunslingers faction, which I would like to join if they would have me. Their mission is basically to kill the most zombies in the server, which I guess they do actually track zombie kills. So it's kind of a fun way of, you know, contributing to the server, kind of wiping out hordes of zombies. You get bragging rights, and apparently you actually get some sort of reward at the start of the next season. I guess that's how that works. And their secondary goal for the Gunslingers sounds like it has to do with PvP, like supply drops. I guess occasionally they'll do an event where they gather everyone and they mark a location where they put supplies, and I guess it's kind of a free-for-all, right? Everybody who gets to that location is apparently allowed to actually engage in player versus player combat, which again is very isolated on this server. They don't want people fighting each other, so obviously that's very dangerous. And I think we have our buddy here. Let's check in on him. Howdy, howdy. Jiggly, are you in the shop? So he's got those 2 generators on top. I think one of his vehicles is missing though, so he's likely out on a supply run. So for now, we'll just keep on moving towards the hub, and we'll see how these vending machines work. Also, do I have anything in my seats? I don't think so. Let's check the trunk. Did I unlock it? Oh, let the glitching commence. Unlock the trunk. We'll hop out again. Again, I think this server just does not like me using vehicles for some reason. It starts to get very glitchy with the vehicles. Okay, so we have basic utensils basically in the back. So again, I don't mind traveling with those because it comes in handy. If I decide I need them, I have them at hand. And that is the sunlight shining down. It is 6:40 in the... Whoa! Howdy. Fellow minivan, I see. Fellow gentleman of taste. It's like this building is almost entirely new. I don't recall seeing that before. We're gonna pull through here. We don't want to get jammed up if somebody else comes through, so we're just gonna pull around to the side and hop out. This is where that event kind of came to fruition the previous day. It's oddly quiet now, very eerie. Bank of Scammington. Tier 1 tokens. So these are harvest vending machines. Can I grab one? Don't think I can grab any. Loot all coins. Buy someplace else. Okay, I'm not really sure. I think I have to go upstairs to interact with anything, but let's double check these bookshelves. Okay, these are just kind of Halloween decorated. Oh, you know what? One of these has some items. You know what? We'll just read this cooking. We're going to put it right back on the shelf, but it couldn't hurt. Also, take a gander at this electronics magazine. So it looks like maybe players have been kind of throwing a couple of like read-all books on the shelf. Let's go upstairs. Yes, so these are the vending machines. So it looks like they've got a variety of options. Food dispenser. Okay. Grab. Check status, unknown object. So if we check the status, oh no, that's the wall. Okay, can we interact with this somehow? Clean vehicles, add fuel. Interesting. Rewards, cars, farming, basic tools. Paint. Oh, here we go. We can view shop items. That's probably what we want to look at. So let's check out rewards first, since this seems like the most open-ended one. All right, and again, we have really nothing to use in said shop. Sell? Okay, so that is a survival pack, a crowbar. So basically for this amount we can add, ooh, a big hiking bag. That would be kind of nice for me to grab. Can of oats, obviously very good for food. Okay. So that's rewards. Let's look over at, I guess it probably buys what it sells. So if we look at tools, basic tools, paint, medical, farming, cars. Is there nothing for like clothing? Have I made a huge tiny mistake? Let's see. A few shop items for food. Okay, so same deal for the most part. Yeah, that's cool. That actually, let's buy a car if you get enough. Crowbar vehicles, first aid, and event. So I guess these are just all the same inventory. It just seems like they have different visual ones. Let's see. Yeah, so they're all basically the same deal. First aid vehicles. Okay, well, fortunately I can't really sell like I thought I could. Sell. Can I not, like, drag earrings into the shop and then maybe do something like that. No. So what would basic tools get us? Seems kind of limited, I'm not gonna lie. This has a survival pack, which is just some bandages, one vehicle type, a crowbar, can of oats, and this is everything we could possibly buy right now. Use a shop kiosk to buy. Okay, well, I guess we gotta get some more of these tokens. So maybe killing zombies is how we get tokens? So maybe the new objective will be killing zombies today, so we can start trying to collect tokens. And again, I think tier 1 obviously means you get from tier 1 zones. So I'm guessing if you're in like tier 2, tier 3, maybe you just get more tier 1 tokens. I don't know if they would have individual tokens for each zone. That seems a little convoluted in my opinion, but isn't there also supposed to be an ATM somewhere around here that we can use to like deposit money? Let's go ahead and snack on my evaporated milk. We can eat half of that now. Thought maybe this is what I'm looking at. Search and crate, view shop items. Okay, so nothing going there either. So this is just an open-ended shop. Okay. Let's double check upstairs and then we're gonna head out. I think the ATMs, again, I thought I saw one in West Point. Obviously it wasn't connected back then when we first saw it. Yeah, there's nothing in this room. So, it's a lot. I thought you'd have an ATM right on top of that shop, to be frank. But let's check out front here. Maybe it's underneath the awning. Interesting. Who knows? Maybe I walked past it and just didn't see it, but either way, I think we'll go maybe swing by West Point. I do remember where the ATM is in West Point, so maybe it's just a matter of going by there to check it out. The only other place it could be is maybe... Oh, this is a player building, I guess. Can't go there anyways, okay. That's also a player building if I recall. Oh, maybe a... It's an open player. Oh, I hear players over here.
This is Rip's house. He has a bunch of
Howdy. Is there an ATM near here?
I don't know.
Okay, well, guess we'll figure that out. Let me go back to the van here. Yeah, let's just head on back to West Point. Check the ATM that we know is there, and if we find a horde of zombies along the way, we'll start trying to wipe them out. Oh, it looks like Jiggly might be back. Let's check this out real quick. If he is in town. No, Jiggly, you here?
Yes, I am. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, is there an ATM here, or is it the one in West Point?
So apparently I've just recently been hearing about it. Apparently there was a fucking ATM here. We don't know what happened to it, so you'd have to go to another.
Got it. Alright, I was just checking on that. Hey, while I'm out and about today, you got anything you're looking for in particular?
Metal meat's really a big thing at the moment, and glass.
Sorry, I can hear over the Jeep. Glass and what else?
Metal sheets.
Metal sheets.
Scrap metal or unusable.
Got it. And then you said like glass sheets, glass panels, or?
Just.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for them. Alright. Well, luckily that guy didn't plow into our vehicle when he zoomed by in his Jeep. So rudely, I might add. And we are now on the not too long road over to West Point. Let's finish off our evaporated milk. So we said metal sheets or any kind of usable metal for metal furnaces and things of that nature, as well as glass, apparently. Some glass, maybe glass panels, I guess? I don't know. I have not been gathering those. I probably should have. Because I do recall seeing glass every once in a while in the garages. But that's okay. Again, I think loot respawn should have activated in the last couple of days here. So hopefully we have fresh loot to choose from. Let me check my recording real quick here. Okay, we're looking good. Again, not that I have a lot of stuff, but we'll see. Maybe this is bus ride tile, so maybe the gold coin is like a bus fare that I'm not aware of. But because as far as the wallet goes, it seems like all that has to do with is cash or tokens. I don't see gold coins being part of that. Again, my wallet is linked to my character, Tallidus, here. But again, I think we'll have to wait and see how it connects with the ATM. But even if I get a minor deposit on file today, that would be kind of cool just to check out and see the functionality. Glad I didn't spend too much time looking around for the ATM at the hub, because if you heard Jigglyhunk just speaking there, he mentioned that there may have been one, but right now it is not there, so we are left to the closest ATM, which I believe is West Point. There might be one in Muldrow, I'm pretty sure there is, but we know the area of West Point just better, so it's kind of our stomping ground. Again, at this point, because of the zombie kill count going on, a lot of people have been wiping out a lot of zombies for sport, not just for survival, so that means the whole area is going to be a little bit more desolate. Also, that's the nature of winter. Kind of slows everything down a little bit more. But thankfully, I still have all my windows in my van, and the heater is working overtime because it is icy cold outside. We have a few zombies here. We're actually going to try to use my shotgun, I think. Level this up a little bit. Again, we're kind of peppering the pack on purpose here. I think you get a little bit more experience just for hitting, even if you don't kill. So we are shooting to hit, not necessarily to kill. We're also shooting to avoid hitting our van. Again, with the new aiming reticle, I'm kind of waiting for it to get smaller before we pull the trigger. That gives you the least amount of spread on your shotgun shots. Again, here, I do not want these guys getting between me and the van. That was a little close. I gotta reload. This thing is definitely loud. I'll give them that much. They reflecting the loudness of a shotgun fairly well. It's gonna wake up the neighbors. That's for sure. Whoop. Gotta reload. I think I have a spare box of shells in my backpack, so we'll get that in a minute. Well, that's a tough one. Yep, and that is all for that box. Let's open up another box here. Again, I knew it would go quickly, so Keeping that in mind here, we only have, I guess it's 24 per box. And when we load this bad boy up, we're only going to have 18 additional shots. So, not even 3 full rounds of shotgun available. But it sounded like I was gaining some skills there. So we got 2 levels in aiming, about a half a level of reloading. So that is not too shabby. Also, that's just in time to read the next... well, I got a door open, that's fine. We can focus on reading the next aiming book, Aiming 2, which focuses on aiming levels 3 and 4. Uh-oh, looks like St. Nicholas met his end. Technically, we're already past Christmas in this Project Zomboid world. It's actually almost New Year's Eve. Within the next day and a half, it will actually be New Year's Eve in this particular server, so, you know, times they are a-changin', folks. Okay, nothing really worth grabbing. We're just going to get back to the van and keep on moving here. Wonder if anybody's going to do anything to mark the occasion, or if that's just a little too outside of everybody's time frame to really worry about. Oh, there's another patch of zombie. Okay, well. Looks like, luckily I didn't stir up all these guys with my shotgun action. That would have been a little hard to handle, if I'm being honest. So we'll pass them by for now. Again, I'm so bundled up, I was actually getting unpleasantly hot with my, running around, shooting the shotgun on all my armor with the heated in the van, so... Not a bad problem to have in the dead of winter. But for now, let's get into West Point and see what we see. Again, I'm getting very cautious about these loading chunks here. If we get stonewalled, then we'll have to get out and fight. Here we are yet again, coming in for the west side of West Point. Seeing how this town is faring thus far. Might swing by the gas station to top off the tank while we're here. There's no reason not to. See, I know we have a player house coming up. It's got all those wooden palisade walls surrounding it. Kind of a fortress right in the middle of the city. Middle of suburbia here. A lot less Halloween-y right now. Yep, there it is. That's the big old fortress. I'm curious to see how their vehicle situation is. Just the 2 still right now. Okay. So they're holed up pretty well, but you never know. Oh, and it looks like somebody's been adding quite a bit of fortification next to this gas station. That's kind of interesting. We're going to pull up next to this, and we'll kill the engine for now. We don't want to draw every zombie in the area, so we're going to just switch to the machete to take out these guys. Okay. Infected blood. I'm going to grab that, but again, I don't think it'll last long. Just because of the nature of the way we store it. This looks like it's got to be a player structure. Yeah, definitely a player structure. Okay. And is that infected blood? Yeah, so we'll see how that lasts. Again, I think I'm supposed to use a glass, like, test tube or vial or somehow to store it. Which we do not currently have. A fresh burrito. We're going to eat half of that. Again, that's got to be a respawn. There's no way that we find a burrito in the wild that is still fresh after all this time. So, more money. We'll grab that for the immediate future. Again, that might mean that a lot of the cash registers in town could be full money. Oh, I forgot. There's no power at this gas station, so we cannot, in fact, get any gasoline from those pumps. I think we go further down here. I think it's a little bit... Okay, we're going to have to kill the engine and just walk the rest of the way for now. park here. Alright, all the juicy zombie death. And again, I don't really know if getting these things mean anything. See, the tainted blood is now an unsuitable blood sample, so it goes bad real quick. You basically have to take it right off the body and put it right into a test tube, which again, I don't have any yet. We either have to craft them or find them, and I don't think we have the materials or the ability to craft them, so I think this is the ATM. Let's see. View shop items. See, again, it's giving me access to the shop, but I don't think that is technically what we do. Wallbine. Oh! Somebody's zipping around. Hey, what's going on, Brett? Oh, maybe they lagged out. Who knows? There's the bank ATM. Let's take a look at this. I think the ATM I'm looking for is... I think that was it. Maybe this one? I think it has to be the bank ATM, though, if I'm not mistaken. See, view shop item. Oh, I can view shop items anywhere, so that's not exactly specific to these ATMs. So are these something else entirely? Hmm. Let's ask the chat here. So 95% sure that this is the ATM that they're referring to. Maybe it's this one. Cash for gold. This could be it. I mean, we press a button. Do we click it? Do we push it? Check status. ATM money dispenser. Gold coins for money. Oh, so we right-click the item inside. Okay, 3 money for jewelry with precious materials. Got it. So we could do all that. Okay, and then we got 4 money for jewelry with gems, 6 money for jewelry with diamonds. Just item position. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and then do that. Then we'll do this. And then gold coins for money as well. Okay. And then look at that, we got $170 now. So that makes a lot more sense. Now, can we deposit our money? Let's see, do we right-click the money in our inventory? Make a stack of money. Move coins to account. Awesome. Okay, I think that's as easy as it is. So we actually right-click the item in the technical inventory. Just gonna ask about the tokens real quick, and then I will be on my merry way. So I think that makes sense, though. So that's literally cash for gold, which means that gathering up all that jewelry was actually a beneficial thing to do. What did I just step on? Oh, not sure exactly, but c'est la vie. Okay, so yeah, this gold necklace. Got it. Okay, okay. So yeah, we want to keep gathering all of the jewelry. Let's go ahead and pop this and this in my duffel. Now we know what our new objective will be. But before we do anything else, we have 2 more stops to make in town. One at Gigamart and the other at the gun store. So stop by Gigamart first, since it's right here. We'll see if they have any good goodies on sale over here. naturally, the perishables have been wiped, but how are things looking in the non-perishables department? Surely they couldn't have grabbed it all. Also, I wonder if anybody's actually using these snow shovels now that the snow is genuinely becoming an issue. Again, I know green light bulbs for some reason are in demand. I think they are part of some recipe that I'm not aware of. Sure, we'll get the kidney beans, I guess. Let's open up the duffel for this. I'll grab this eraser too, because I think that's the only way I can make adjustments to my map if I use too many, too many marks or whatever on the map. Something to keep in mind. We definitely know how to use an axe by now. Actually, don't we know how to use an axe? Let me see. I think I'm on... Yeah, I've just already read that book, so... Okay, rotten burritos, and... that's about it. You can get them from events sometimes, but you mostly get them from selling jewelry and other objects to the ATM and converting 200 money to 1 token. So it's 200 to 1 conversion rate, and that's why you get the tokens. So good to know. I'll avoid wasting all of my cash on little things if I can save it up and spend it all for the token. It seems like tokens are massively beneficial relative to the cash. So, all right. Let's go ahead and check the gun store. I'm going to assume the police station first, just because they have so much going on. So cash for gold at ATMs. I think those other machines back at the hub, I was not using them correctly. So I believe they have more to offer, and they can buy more things from you. So that's good to know. I should actually be able to sell some things. For instance, if I could sell ammo, we might consider it, but ammo is usually something all the players want to keep because it's very useful for obvious reasons. Killing players or zombies. Let's hop out here. Again, we know our little hideaway back here, the armory of the police station, which occasionally gets restocked. If we're lucky, we might find it during a restock period. Grab the magazine, M14 magazine, box of shells, bullet bandolier, that just looks cool. And fiberglass stock, I believe that works on shotguns as well. Assault rifle and 5.56 magazine, okay, that is not a bad find actually. We'll grab all that. What else we got here? I think that's going to be everything but the paperclip. We'll take it all. We'll take it all, folks. I'm hoarding as many weapons as I can find. Again, we're probably not going to use them all, but it always helps when it comes to bartering with other players. I think the locker room is back here. No? Am I tripping? I could have sworn. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought the locker room was right in this vicinity. Is it not in the men's room? Oh, I think they disassembled the lockers. I think they were along that wall and they're gone now. Well, that's not cool. That kind of ruins the fun for everyone trying to loot that area. But again, what are you gonna do, right? Okay. Just gotta think for any kind of information. This is all new to me, so we're learning it together. And I'm trying to just eke out existence here in the old apocalyptic wasteland that is Louisville, or Knox County as a total. I think we passed it. Let's go ahead and do a little U-E. I think it's up this way to get to the gun store. It's kind of behind, I believe, Twiggy's is the bar. Things are definitely quite quiet at this point. All the cars are gone. They've either been scrapped or claimed by other players, at least in the major population zones, like West Point. And we got a lot of zombies here, so let's go back to the shotgun. Let's start doing some damage. They're not racked. I think it's jammed. Hold on. So when it jams, it's a little confusing. I think you need to rack it. There we go. Normally, that happens automatically between shots. I think if you start sprinting too quickly, though, it skips the rack. So you gotta wait a little bit. It's kind of like closing a car door. Gotta reload here. And we probably should take some time to attach that new fiberglass stock. That wouldn't hurt. So I'm being a little laissez-faire, letting them get this close, but I want the shotgun to do its job. And it does not have the best range, so... You gotta kind of aim past the head. It's a little weird sometimes, but you get used to it. Again, the aiming system is much better than it used to be. Still not perfect, though. Still got a little quirks to it. Again, I'm not sure if the silver actually gives you anything, but we'll grab all the jewelry we see from now on, because we know that it actually has some legitimate function. So, looking for anything. Again, let's throw these in our duffel. Okay. Nothing going there. Ooh, all sorts of jewelry there. Okay. I don't know if the watch is really worth anything, but I think it let us sell those off as well. Nightstick, we'll grab that. Does not hurt to have. Gold nose stud. So again, we're doing our due diligence here. Ooh, a fortune cookie. Keeping the zombie population at bay. Don't really want bloody jeans. We'll throw those back. But more importantly, we are going to get some more ammo, hopefully. Come on, a little bit closer here, pal. There we go. Okay, I think they're done, and that is almost it for my ammo. I've got 3 shots left in the shotgun. So we're about done. Don't really care to grab the hand axe. Alright, let's switch to the machete while we're doing our close quarters here, the CQC, if you will. And look at that, we got magnum rounds, another M14 magazine, 9mm rounds. I think that might be the first box of those we found. All important money. Magnum rounds. So again, I think at this point, the real strategy could be finding jewelry stores and robbing those. Because if it's worth a straight up magazine, R1022 magazine, okay. Or 1022, however you say it. Good to know. Let's check the back here. Oh, gotta love 308s. Good for these rifles and aiming 910. We might have it, but I'm grabbing it anyways. Doesn't hurt to have the information. You know what? Let's just check the vending machine here. Maybe there's a soft drink. Okay, no. Alright. We're looking good. I think we're actually going to do a quick dump here into the trunk. Actually, can we attach this? You know what? I'm out of shotgun shells anyways. Unless I picked... I think I did actually pick some up at the... Yep. Let's open this. And... Can I wear this? The bullets bandolier we will equip. Unpack. And the fiberglass stock will unpack as well. Let's equip the shotgun. And can I right click this and repair, inspect, place item? No, we don't want to do that. I think we inspect it. And then we should be able to place attachments through here. So we have stock, fiberglass stock, click and drag perhaps? How does this work? I might need like a weapons bench or something to do this at. Place item. No. Okay, so probably need to figure out a better way to do that. Can I equip this? No. Place item favorited. Equip primary. Let's bandolier. Okay, can I still equip my shotgun? Yes, I can. That's weird. It kind of replaces it, though. I don't think this is working correctly, so we'll just throw this back in the bag. Worry about it later. Same with the stock. We'll probably need like a weapons workbench or something like that for all that to work. So for now, let's just unload all of this back into the trunk. And I'm considering doing a little bit of a field trip. I don't know how dangerous that mall would be. Crossroads Mall, last time I checked there, that's actually where I got this van at the very beginning of this character's playthrough. We picked this van up from that mall. And if I recall, it was teeming with zombie life, so might not be the best option right now. Let's, you know what, 38 special round. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Van's in decent condition. So I'm really just considering here a money play, right? Like, where are we going to go to get the jewelry that I want to get all the money that we want to get? I think short term, let's swing by these storage containers right here, these black items. And then it might be worth, we go down here, again we cross the bridge, go across, we hang this first right here, we cross this little secondary bridge, and then we just hug the road, hug right, keep going east, and right here this mall would have definitely jewelry shops. Two big questions though is, have they been looted already? And are there tons of zombies around? So, if either one of those is yes, then we will have wasted our time. I think I need to go this way. Yeah, I think the storage units are down this road. This could be a little teeming with zombies, just a few. But we're gonna hop over here. Normally there's a big old fence surrounding this whole area. Looks like somebody has fully removed it. If I recall, this whole place used to have this short fence kind of would continue around, so that's a little new to me. Let's use the shotgun here. Again, we are kind of intentionally drawing any nearby zombies out. With the nice loud gun. So when this one is finished, we're going to swap to the machete and then load up our 38 Magnum. Or a 38 revolver, I guess. Yeah, 38 special. So here we have some items. Looks like this could be leftovers. Could be a respawn of loot. I feel like this might be a little bit more picked through though if players have come through here, so this might be new loot. Yeah, they would have taken the chairs out and displayed them. That's why they have chairs outside of all these units. People probably just tossing them out while they were looting. Seems to be the only thing that kind of respawns consistently in these crates are wooden and plastic chairs. Yeah, all the seating. More plastic chairs there. Bop. Short blade. Garden shears. Baking soda. Yeah, nothing really blowing me away loot-wise. Again, we're kind of looking for just anything usable in terms of jewelry. Obviously, all the standard loot, like you know, ammo, weapons, things like that. We're always looking for that as well. But I think this has kind of been picked through. Let's look inside though. A lot of people forget to check this building because there's the two main storage areas, but there's all these interior units that often go overlooked. So we'll check these areas out. Right there, look, it looks like a whole entire can of sulfuric acid has been neglected, which is again vital for the cure. If and when we ever get to the point of actually crafting the cure. And I'm pretty much putting all my eggs in one basket on that front by lending everything I find to the Jiggly Hunk guy so that he can craft the cures kind of on my behalf, and then hopefully lend me a few for future survival. Let's see, anything going here? Gotta keep remembering to use this cool world thing. Sort of a quick loot, if you will. Right. An antique oven. That's not a bad find, actually. What that does is basically replace the need for electricity. You can obviously burn wood or anything flammable really directly in the oven to keep yourself warm during the wintry months. However, my character is so bundled up that warmth really isn't that much of an issue. So I think we might just leave that lie. Maybe leave it for another player who needs it a bit more than we do. Chef knife? That's kind of fancy. We'll grab that. It's like that. It's yellow. That's kind of cool. Bright yellow chef knife, you know. Very flashy. Okay, kind of zigzagging through all these storage units. And I'm getting a little less enthusiastic about this area. I think we've kind of found all there is to find. But not a total waste. We found some sulfuric acid and a cool chef knife. There's actually 2 antique ovens in these crates, so I'm still considering grabbing one of them, but I don't think we really need it, to be honest. So we'll just go without. And I'm getting a little peckish, so we're gonna try to get our hands on some food, maybe even just a bag of chips. All right, and planks. I think that's a McCoy logging container. Let's check out the shop here. Looks like an industrial facility. So again, could have some goodies. Tend to ignore it after the first couple days because, you know, they just don't really consider the respawn. So all these little supply closets could have some items worthwhile, like another can of sulfuric acid. Which we have now, okay. Hey, look at that, a gold coin. I'm definitely grabbing that. So again, I forget the exact breakdown. I think that was worth something along like maybe $20 cash or something. Could be mistaken, but it's definitely worth grabbing. Now we know that 200 cash is worth 1 token. So that the token is clearly more useful when it comes to buying some of the higher end things. I forgot how much it was for like the car. That would be a good like, you know, estimator. I think it was like 20 tokens for a car, which would be like 4,000 cash, so definitely not cheap, but understandably so. It's the only way to get new vehicles into a server where vehicles are pretty much extinct as far as availability goes. So if you don't got one by now, you probably aren't getting one unless you buy one through the token system. Secret passageways monthly. I think I already read that, yeah. Okay. Nothing going. Let's check the vending machines. Usually they have one out front. Yeah, we'll check these and then we'll get out of here. Some pop. We'll drink that. Again, I think that gives you a little bit of hunger. Yeah. Mostly thirst, but enough hunger to satiate our peckishness for now. Again, we're not obsessively collecting garbage bags for the first time in a Zomboid playthrough. I finally have rain collection set up. So we can actually take it a little easy when it comes to gathering all of the hefties in sight. Back to our van here. So let's see. What did I get? Oh yeah, I've got all that sulfuric. I was like, why am I so loaded down already? I would love to get one of those bags. I think it was maybe like 1 or 2 tokens, maybe 5 tokens possibly for the military bag, which is like the best one in the game. So that'll probably be my first big purchase. I think everybody else is finding them, so I got kind of jealous they all found them naturally. But it's one of the few things that Jigglyhunk did not give to me when he gave me all this armor and clothings was the military bag, and I kind of get it. That would be asking a bit much. Okay, I think we take a little expedition out to the mall, and we see what that looks like. I could either go to the Crossroads Mall, or I could go back here to the Mall Rats Mall. They're both in Tier 3 zones. This one I know has a lot less zombies. And I think it is a little closer, so maybe we'll try that first. The issue is I know there's a clan in Monmouth area here, so I think we're better off if we go over to the Crossroads Mall, because I know there's less people that are looting in that area. So let's try that out again across the bridge, and we basically hug east and north as much as we can. So let's head over there. And then after that point, we'll probably be ready to circle back towards base. So let's head out and see what we see. Again, night is falling yet again here in Knox County. 7 p.m. local zombie time. All the creepy skeletons are warning us to stay away, which naturally we're going to pass right by and ignore that warning. Make our way over to Crossroads Mall. Again, this mall and I have a sordid history. I have lost more than one character in that vicinity. I definitely don't like going there if I don't have to, but in this case I think it would be ideal to see if we can maybe have a big jewelry heist. Looks like some players are building bases here. That's kind of cool. A post-bridge shop base, if you will. It's kind of nice. I like it. Inventive there. We have no time to linger. We're going to keep on moving. So now we have a task. Also, I think I have a snack. Did I keep any? Oh, somebody put a bunch of potatoes in my glove compartment. I don't remember that. Can I eat one? Just going to see if I can eat a raw potato here. That will definitely, yep, that definitely fills me up. I'm sure it's not exactly the most entertaining food. You do what you have to. Yes, the zombies are a little bit more prevalent out here. Let's turn the heater on for the moment. And it's always bittersweet. The more zombies you see, the less likely players have been here recently. But that means that the mall itself is probably completely surrounded. So we might have to get creative. Either I have to set off some sort of diversion and give them the slip, or I do recall of a side entrance we can use to get in, at least to the corner of the mall. And if we use that, we might avoid any sort of major altercations. Really just depends on how the parking lot looks. Sometimes it's very patchy, sometimes they're all gathered in one big cluster. So we'll have to play that by ear when we get there. Crossing the secondary bridge now. This is kind of a little bottleneck bridge. Very useful for PvP events. And up we go. Of course, it's going to be nighttime with no electricity when we get to the mall. And I don't think I brought a flashlight, so we'll have to deal with that. Maybe I have one in the trunk. Otherwise, the cat eyes trait is going to come in handy. And that is a duffel bag. Okay. We're going to have to take a little bit of a scenic detour here. Okay, and I don't want to do that too much. Yep, now we're going to have to plow through a few zombies. This is where some of our armor comes in handy on the vehicle. And it is getting darker and darker the closer we get to the mall. Here's our turn off. Again, we are in Tier 3 zone. So we have to keep that in mind. Because there are more sprinters. I believe it's 20% sprinters in Tier 3, which is like 1 out of every 5 zombies is a sprinter. which is not good for us, because we are fairly armored, but we are still pretty weak with regards to combat skills. I have barely started leveling up my weapons, and we have only like aiming level 2. We haven't even gotten 1 level of reloading, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost to our first level of reloading, which is nice, but again, it's not exactly going to be ripping through hordes of zombies yet. So I'm going to take sort of a very obtuse route through this parking lot to sort of gauge how we could possibly enter the mall with the least damage. I like that bus right there. That's very cool. Okay, so we're coming up on the side of the mall. This is the northwest corner. The southwest corner is my target, so I'm going to kind of loop around to the southwest side. And again, we basically want to break any sort of line of sight or aggro from any of these sprinters that are all gathering, and I do not like the lag we're seeing here. We're seeing a little bit of lag spikes because of all the zombies in the area, which makes our job even trickier here. Again, I am hoping that I can lose most of these sprinters before they lock in on my position. Coming around the front of the mall. Take one more kind of swooping arc here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot lined up. It looks like Black Friday here at the Crossroads Mall. Yes, I've got 3 sprinters following. That's where I want to go though, so we're probably going to post up here and hop out and see what we can do. I'm going to kill the engine, and we're just going to have to deal with it, so let's go. So I'm taking time to push them away and melee kind of alternately. I know that should have hit, but that's fine. Okay, that one's down. Okay, again, we're looking here. We've got quite a group that are coming, but most of them are shamblers. So we are going to avoid using any sort of gunfire at this point. Keep things nice and quiet. Maybe the cover of night will help us. Keep things kind of quiet and dark. Neither seen nor heard. Like a true Milford man. And look at that, we're right next to them and they're still having trouble tracking us, so that's a good sign. Again, turning off the engine was a little risky, but I think it's better than attracting all these zombies. Okay, let's make our way. Again, we're going to go to sneak mode here and avoid this whole patch down there. And hopefully they don't just start swarming the car. It looks like a player might have parked this one here as a barricade. Hopefully we get a lot of those, you know, one shot. Ooh, heart-shaped chocolate. We'll take that. Yeah, it looks like somebody parked here to block zombies. I mean, it's not exactly a perfect block, but we'll see if he can get past. Okay, I guess they're not following yet. Okay, I can't see anything in here. This is not good. So let's come out here real quick. We're gonna have to take care of this zombie. I think I need to go back to my van and check the trunk for a flashlight. I forgot to grab one, so again, we're gonna just take a quiet little sprint over here. Nobody needs to know. Please tell me I have a flashlight. I don't think I have one. Oh no. Got the mining helmet, but I never installed a light on the top, so I guess we're gonna have to just squint and do our best here. Let's check this vehicle. Maybe somebody left something. Jug with water. See, yeah, 2 propane tanks and a water jug. This is definitely got the marks of Survivor on it. And I do not have permission to get inside, so that makes sense. Let me test something out here. If the trunk is open, could I steal something? Good. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. I was a little paranoid there. Okay, and then obviously there's no power. So I am really, really kind of relying on luck at this point. We have hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Okay, keep those in mind. We're not going to gather them yet, just because they're so close to the exit. Oh my goodness, I can't see anything in here. This is the worst. We have a little bit of like daylight. Okay, so this is technically exterior. That's the only reason we can see what we see. A crowbar. I'll take it out of nothing but habit. If we really need it, but you know. Until I find something better, we'll take it. Again, what I'd love to find is an untouched jewelry store full of gold, diamond jewelry that we can stuff into our duffel bag and abscond to the vending machine with to make a killing. That would be ideal. I hear some zombies. Hopefully they don't see me. If I could find a flashlight, that would be really great. Again, it would just be total luck at this point. So let's head back downstairs and see what we can do. Yeah, again, there's no power. So I am at the mercy of pretty much my very dim... Again, the only reason I can see anything is because of the cat eye trait, which gives me a little bit more vision in these super dark places. Again, I think I should be able to open a door somewhere along here. Maybe I am mistaken. I thought there was a doorway last time I was here. Maybe it's around back. Again, I'm just zooming in. I apologize to anyone watching this particular part of the video. I know it cannot be that enjoyable because you see less than I see on YouTube. What do you know? I think we see a little shred of hope here. We have a clothing store. And yes, okay, I think we're actually cracking into the mall itself. So now we're going to go through and look for all that awesome jewelry. Also a bag of sodium hydroxide in a clothing store. That's a new look. I don't think I've seen that before. Maybe they use it to make silica gel. I don't know. Again, I think I might stay in crouch mode while we go through here because we know there's tons of zombies. Literally just right outside the front doors of the mall, so... Keeping that in mind, we're going to keep things nice and easy. We're going to take it slow as we go through here. And the sun will likely rise before we get back outside. It's going to be a bit of a trek. Oh, that helps a lot. We're going to equip that as secondary. And yes, let there be light. We have... Okay, no reason to really sneak now because we are kind of announcing our presence to all the inhabitants of the mall. But now we have vision. And a secondary flashlight. We'll grab that too. And why not? A military knife, I guess. I guess this is the flashlight store. That's definitely the best thing to stumble upon in the beginning of a dark run here is a flashlight store. And look at that, metal sheets. We were told to keep an eye out for those. Any metal sheets or like usable metal materials. So we're going to grab all that we see. I don't think they need the lead pipes or anything. I think it's all primarily the metal. This is the back hallways, kind of between stores. Again, great for finding other items. Welder mask. A lot of people probably need that, but I think I already have one. And, you know, we've gotten quite a bit of sulfuric acid, so we're not prioritizing that. The hydrochloric acid, I might be messing up by not grabbing it. But again, that's okay with me. And finally, oh, I was just going to say we got it figured out to where we have this defaulted, but it's not the default anymore. So we still have to keep clicking it randomly, but that's okay. Alright, so we've got a few clothing stores, ATMs. Looks like a salon. There we go. The jewelry store. Here we go, folks. This is what I was looking for. Again, clearly not full to the brim, but it does have some jewelry. And now we know jewelry is money, so money is very good to have at this point with the vending machines being operational. So we're having a good old smash and grab here, folks. We're going to get everything out of this store that we can find. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back to crouch mode just for our little heist here, because we know we have a few zombie friends in the vicinity. And I'd rather not be interrupted while I'm relishing in my new gotten gains. Okay. Looks good. What I really want to see is if there is a back room of jewelry storage, like a back door somewhere. And that would be awesome if it's full of jewels. Look at this. Heather Mason's hand bands. I think that might just be like an accessory, but we'll grab it, maybe even if just for fashion. Fantastic. I'm going to consider that a successful heist already. At this point, everything we find is kind of icing on the cake. This is, I think, a tool shop here, tool store. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Emergency. Well, okay, so flashlights are definitely now. Hey, mining helmet light. We finally found one, so that's good to have. I thought I'd have to craft that, but we came across it, so that's nice. Again, that'll basically give us hands-free light, so we can use a two-handed item instead of walking around with a flashlight in one hand. Another tactical machete. We'll definitely take that's my favorite weapon in this particular playthrough. I think I'm done grabbing asphalt. So I've already gotten quite a few bags of asphalt, and I keep giving them away. So, short blade 5.6. I don't think we need that. What is the Kevlar gloves? Nah. I think we'll leave all this. Again, we only have so much space. We're not trying to fill everything up. We're just trying to get the best value for our baggage here. I do love the idea of a canteen. You know, we'll grab those screws out of spite because I spent so long getting screws in the beginning. I didn't realize that they were in every single alarm clock, so... Oh, my goodness, I almost left. Is that, in fact, a long-handled sledgehammer? We found it, folks. One of the other staple ingredients, and wood glue, I think, is actually used for a lot of stuff. But yes, that sledgehammer is, by far, one of the best items in the game. Some would argue it's the best item, because it basically acts as a key to every other door in the game, because you could just destroy the door. So it literally unlocks a whole new part of the game throughout the map. A lot of cool books, but I'm not going to grab any, because we are already filling up. We have only a couple kilos of space left in our bags, so I'm going to kind of be a lot more selective here. We're looking at roadside duffel bag, trowel hand axe. Okay. Really, at this point, I'm going to look for another jewelry store. We'll get a snack at the food court if anything isn't spoiled. And then we'll probably call it. We might even go back to the van and offload and come back for more. So I'm getting a little spoiled here at this point. I'm not going to lie. We're finding all the good things here. All the good things. Let's, can I hop the counter? I'm going to have to go behind one of these food kiosks, I think. And again, we're getting light-footed and sneaking, which, yes, generally means there are zombies nearby. If you start finding yourself gaining these abilities while you're sneaking, it's not just because you're sneaking. You have to be sneaking near zombies for those abilities to actually gain. So I also like using them for that reason, because it's kind of a sort of a cheeky way of giving you a little early warning if there are zombies nearby. Again, I think in the default game settings, you don't see your experience increase as it increases. But I really like that about the server. It's sort of instant feedback. So you kind of know what's going on with your character at all times. Again, I know there was desire for... Oh, here we go. We got all the light bulbs. So apparently green light bulb is the one to look out for. I think nothing else matters. Everyone wants that green light bulb. I don't know. It has something to do with crafting laboratory equipment or something. I don't really know. But we'll leave all the others. Again, I'm sure as soon as I get back towards the hub area, everyone's going to want red light bulbs and whatever I left behind. So again, bukus of flashlights. Those are okay. I'm sure I've got another food item somewhere. Maybe not. Yeah, so maybe I can find something here in a fridge. Rotten broccoli, that's not good. Rotten. Coffee, sugar packet. I guess we'll eat some sugar. This coffee is not going to help us that much if we eat it. We're already getting a little bored. So we don't want to test things with the unhappiness. So let's just check another area. Again, I am aware my flashlight might be drawing zombies, so I don't want to be like strafing them with my flashlight too much, but we got nothing going there. Come on. Really? Buffets are all empty. Okay. And again, I'm getting a little exertion because I've been sprinting around for the most part in this mall. I'm trying to be quick about it. But I think now we can make our way to the other half of the mall. We sort of scouted the entire west half at this point, all the way up to the food court. And I believe... Oh, yep, that's a zombie. Okay, we're going to come back. I might just close this door and avoid him altogether. I don't know if he was reacting. We'll just pretend like he didn't see us, and we'll walk away. And let's check. Here we go. We've got a whole lot of fresh food. So we eat this banana. Got a bottle of protein shake. Okay. Banana sounds disgusting as we eat it. But let's grab, we got Parmesan, protein shake. Not a bad couple of grabs, actually. The rest of this is mostly rotten. So, cool. Again, we're going to take a little swig of water and keep moving here. Again, I am very happy we came across this flashlight. I mean, we ended up finding a bunch of flashlights, but we would have been fumbling quite badly without it. I don't think we need the flash or the tactical axe. Barbed wire, no. No. And again, at this point, we're kind of helping others, right? If we find a second sledgehammer, which I doubt, but if we do, we'll grab it and lug it out to the car because that is really good trade fodder. We could definitely trade that up for something else. And for whatever reason, I already have most of these stuffed animals, so we're just going to ignore them for now. Fifi the flamingo, the toy bear. There's a bunch of different spiffos, but I'm not going to worry about those. I think that is a sprinter. And I think that might be a jewelry store. It looks like a jewelry case. So at least a glass case. So we're gonna check it out. I think my flashlight just died. So we're gonna switch it out. Yeah, this one is dead. So we're gonna just drop that because I've already got a secondary ready to go. And yes, here comes a sprinter. And we know that there's definitely a second sprinter somewhere around the corner up here. So hopefully I don't get terrified by that. I'm sure I have no choice in the matter though. It'll jump scare me either way. Let's keep this silver ring we found. And again, I don't think this is a jewelry store, but it might have something for us. What's this? Oh, actually, it does seem to be some jewelry. At least the gold wristwatches we'll grab. Don't really care about the black digital watch that much, but I think, yeah, it looks like it's sort of a generic store. It's got a few different random things in it. Digital watches, magazines, all that. What is these? How-to magazines. Angler and electronics. Let's just read those. Just so we have the skills. And then we're going to go take care of the zombie over here. I do want to check the second floor of the mall. I know somebody was... Oh, I think he ran outside. So let's avoid this whole area. I don't like that. I'm going to check the rest of the bottom floor here. Again, we're going to slow down. We're getting a little exerted again. Yeah, I think this is kind of wide open. Some zombies down that way. Actually, quite a few zombies, so we'll avoid that. I think that might be another jewelry store, though. We will definitely be swinging by there. Yeah, I think that's the move. We go to sneak mode here, and we're going to try to hit another jewelry store. Again, when I see almost exclusively glass cases, I assume jewelry store. In this case, there's nothing. It's an empty kiosk. Oh, there we go. We got some items. Diamond and silver and gold. And here come the zombies. We're going to have to fight it out here for a minute. Okay, that one was a tricky one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Got a green Spiffo. Got like a Dragon Ball Z character coming up on us. I think that's, what is that, Vegeta? Frieza? Didn't know we were going to go Super Saiyan on these things. Again, don't forget to check your surroundings while you fight. Especially in sprinter zones, because they can get up on you very quickly. Again, that's the Birder headset, I guess we're looking at. Not entirely sure who that is. I do see some Saiyan references, so I was correct about Dragon Ball Z. Forgive me, I do not know who Birder is offhand. I was sort of a passive Dragon Ball Z fan back in the old Toonami days, believe it or not. So we've got this back hallway. Again, I always like to check these because it could be really good if they are stockpiled. Sometimes it's like 90% of the inventory for a store could be in their back room instead of the front room. Heavy winter jacket. Tempting, but again, I am pretty much set when it comes to heated clothes. So we're going to kind of just avoid that for now. I'm definitely swinging by all these cash registers, though, because, you know, that's just free money. No extra effort required. You just walk in and grab it out of the register. Okay, I think that's about all I'm seeing on the first level. There's a bookstore, and we'll check these cases. I think this is like another toy store or convenience store. Yeah. So we'll see if there's anything cool in here. Gold wristwatch we'll grab, and we'll hit the registers. But otherwise, I think we're good. Grab that money. Okay, let's go upstairs. Again, I don't know how much the upstairs is really fleshed out in the Crossroads Mall. I think it's much larger in the Grand Ohio Mall, way far up northeast of Louisville. But there are escalators, which means there's something up here. Oh, weird little transition there. Okay, yes, there's definitely an upper floor, and it's actually not too small at all. This is pretty fleshed out, so... Looks like we've got more clothing stores. This is a big old kind of department store, which means possible jewelry cases over here. This might be more electronics than anything, but let's see. Digital watch. Metallic dress style. We'll take the dress watch. Okay, nothing really going over here. Oh, it's like a double-decker store. That's cool. Kind of like a Dillard's or a Macy's, something like that. Again, I'm not really expecting to find much in the way of jewelry here. Yeah, more toys, more toys. Santa Spiffo, that's fun. But alas, we will continue on our quest for jewelry. We have a zombie kind of trotting around. Let's check the registers here. There is some money to be had. We will take care of this zombie. See, I'm actually overloaded, and that's already having a fairly significant impact on my ability to fight, so I'm going to have to check a few things here. We have just a slight overload. Honestly, it's not that bad, but I really can't grab too much else before we at least get back to the van. So what I'm going to do is just kind of scatter around. I guess this is the whole second floor is kind of straddling the middle of the mall here. So we'll do one quick little run around and just see if there's any other options for jewelry, and then we will head on out. Again, I think this is not technically the only ATM that's cash for gold is the green one that looks more like a box We saw that over in West Point, so at least they call it an ATM. Is there any free food here? Cocktail mixer. Low ball glass. Okay, we picked up a few extras. Actually, this will help with our overloading problem too. So let's go ahead and eat this Parmesan. We'll just eat half the block for now. And if I eat too much, I think my character gets a little queasy. But yeah, that helps our food, and temporarily our weight gets a little bit better. We'll eat the rest of it in just a moment when we get hungry yet again. Again, I think this is another gift shop. Yeah, gift shop, apron, round gown. So kind of variety of things there. I don't think it's got jewelry, so we'll keep moving. This looks to be another convenience store, maybe a pharmacy. Again, not too sure, but yep, I'm gonna say pharmacy. Painkillers, sleeping tablets. Don't really need sleeping tablets in this particular server because nobody ever sleeps, you know? Everybody just kind of keeps on staying up all day. Ammonia, don't think that's useful. Okay. Syringe, sulfuric acid. We stopped picking that up for the time being. We know that there's like 4 or 5 cans of it in this mall. So it is definitely here if we need it. And look at all that. Hydroxide, hydrochloric, and... So yeah, this is definitely like a pharmacy, chemist kind of shop. A silver coin. So I'm guessing not as valuable as the gold coin, but probably worth like half as much money. If I was to guess. Excessive exertion, so we got to really take it easy here. I'm kind of been sprinting all over this mall for the better part of the night. And sunrise is almost upon us. Let's check here. Bandages, we'll grab those. Suture needle holder, we'll grab as well because that is one of those items you never really think to grab while you're looting, but then you need it when you need it. So usually you're pulling like a bullet out of your leg or something during a shootout, and you'll be glad you have it at that point. I'm still overloaded here. Let's eat the rest of that Parmesan. Eat all. And that should drop our weight a little bit. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it was a pretty light piece of cheese. Okay, let's check the back rooms. Again, I don't know what this store is. Looks like another tool shop, maybe, or camping supply. Who knows? Okay, we'll keep moving. Again, lots of good stuff. Again, I really don't want to leave anything behind. My looting instincts are telling me, go back to the van, drop some stuff off, and come get more. But I think at this point we'd be better served just getting the rest of our jewelry and getting out of Dodge for now. So when the sun rises, I don't want to be fighting off all the zombies in the parking lot, who are very likely starting to surround our van as we speak. So, again, we are walking right now just to regain our stamina. I don't want to completely stop moving. Again, I would love to overfill. Maybe we can do that. Let's actually eat these chocolates. If I can overfill, I can actually carry more. Get up to, I think, 20 kilos fully fed. Which basically gives us a lot more wiggling room when it comes to running around. So, what else can I do here? Do I have any other food? I've got the protein shake. Ooh, you know what? We'll drink like half of this protein shake and see what that does for us. Because this is like this should be like a miracle drink here. Let's see. There we go. We are satiated. And yep, we can carry up to 20 kilos now. Which means we're no longer losing stamina just by carrying all these items. Don't think these are the kind of glass that he was looking for. I think he wanted like glass panes. Don't think mirrors count. I would really like to know if sunglasses and reading glasses count. I'm going to assume they don't, because they're not really jewelry in the traditional sense. so we'll leave them. Okay, this looks like some administrative office space, and let's jog up here real quick. Okay, I've already lost that extra. That extra little bonus I had to my carrying capacity is already gone, so c'est la vie. I guess we could drink the other half of the shake here, the protein shake. Just drink it all. And we'll chug that up, and we'll be on our way. I'm going to go back here to these little side offices, and then I think that's all I can really do. Again, I think this is the sunglass hut. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So again, carrying capacity is boosted, although now I'm excessively exerted, so I'm going to have to walk either way just to make sure we're not falling behind later. So when I get to the parking lot, I don't want to have any of this exertion. I want all that exertion gone, so we can break into a full sprint and get to the van and get out of Dodge. This is that open, empty area. I guess I'll just go back this way. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We got what we wanted here. We found a couple other options with regard to the sulfuric acid, all those fancy looking chemicals that we could possibly grab from the pharmacy on that first level, or maybe the second level. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the mall here at Crossroads Mall. We can head downstairs and make our way to the exit. So I think we're going to go this way. Again, we know there's a lot of zombies at the very front entrance as well as the east entrance. The north didn't seem so bad. They weren't stacked up on it. But again, we know that our van is in the southwest, and I think we can kind of sneak back there through the kind of rear hallways. So that's my plan, is to kind of go back out the way we came in. If we could do that, they should be none the wiser here. So again, yeah, the zombies are all ahead of us there on that main exit. And I'm curious, is that a... No, I think that's an eating establishment. Yeah, see, we're getting nimble here, which is movement around zombies, basically, is how you get nimble points. So we're keeping an eye out for any sprinters, really. That's the main concern. Could probably crouch. I'm not sure if I lose exertion faster or slower while crouched, but... You know, it might honestly be smarter just to actually sit down for a few minutes and genuinely regain some stamina. You know, I think I didn't hit all of these jewelry cases. Let's take a gander and just see. You know, like literally in the movies, you know, when they shatter the display case. I think I'm gonna head down this hallway. We got all these. Yeah, we got all these. I don't think I went down this hallway though. Let's check it out. Long gold necklace with diamond. Let's see here. Gold. Oh yeah, we definitely missed this. Silver ring. Okay. All right. Again, we are hearing the ever-present sounds of zombies moaning and groaning in the area, so we'll try to avoid them. But right now, this couldn't have gone much better in terms of getting all the jewelry out. Yeah, that's that west exit. We don't really want to pop our heads out that way because it could be the end of our journey. So I'm going to try, I think there's a back door here. Maybe here as well. Let's go into these back doors and see. No, that's the display hallway. We don't care about that. Did I search these registers? I don't think I really need to. But just in case. Okay, yeah, they're all empty. Okay. See a door here. I think this is the back hallway door. So we still have that excessive exertion, unfortunately, which is probably because we have the heavy load. So, not much we could do about that. I mean, yes, we could drop items. You know, we could probably drop this crowbar. I don't know, maybe the tactical knife. I would drop half a pound off. That might do it. But for the short time, let's actually sit on the ground here. Just take a little breather here. let's see. Could I use an item? Could I transfer? Let's put all these shotgun shells in the duffel bag and just see what that does. Okay. So basically, by moving the extra weight into the duffel bag, I've basically lightened the load effectively. Reload the shotty here before I go out. And then all I need to do is get to the van and get back to base. This will have been a successful heist. Oh, I see. When I have the shotgun equipped, it's not as heavy. Let's actually equip the secondary as the flashlight. There we go. That takes care of the extra weight. And I'm going to rest here just for another moment. Once we lose this moderate exhaustion, it is off to the races here. Again, you can see that cuts our melee damage in half. Increases our trip chance, lowers our speed, lowers our attack speed. So we really don't want to be going into a combat situation with any kind of exhaustion. But look at this, folks. We got all this jewelry. We got the gold rings, the nose rings, the long silver necklaces, the gold necklace with the diamonds, a whole bunch of extra silver rings, more jewels, the dangly ruby earrings. So hopefully we can trade all this in and make a killing at the ATM. Pun always intended. Let's keep moving here. Again, yes, this is the supply closet attached to the garage we came in through. I'm going to go ahead and kill the light now because we are getting close to the outside, and it seems like the sun is rising. So that was our overnight Crossroad Mall heist. And look at this, all this hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, sodium. Okay, so we definitely know if anybody needs that particular kind of chemicals, where to go. Is this a survivor? Let's see their equipment. No, just a long metal pipe on their back. Okay. Okay, again, we have the flashlight is turned off. I'll hop out this door, and yes, thankfully, our car is not surrounded by the undead, so we got lucky there as well. It's still a nice, crispy 10.8 degrees Fahrenheit outside the Crossroad Mall parking lot. And look at that, we gained a level in sneaking and light-footed at the same time. I think they're just kind of getting counted as the same sort of exposure, basically. Got a few more pieces of jewelry we can grab, so why not? At this point, it's all extra. I call it a windfall gain. We've got the silver stud. And let's see here. What was that? Gold hooped earrings. I saw something that looked like an interesting item. We passed by here. Let me go back around and check that. Is it over? Yeah, a ravaged liver? And that's a weapon? Someone's old liver. Okay, I've never seen that before. I don't know if I want to grab it. That sounds kind of gross. Pack of shotgun shell boxes. We're grabbing that for sure. Okay, let's dump all this into my trunk, because at this point we are definitely overloaded like crazy. So we're just going to pour everything out of this bag that is not a food item, and none of it is, so do all that. Once this all gets transferred, we'll go on to the other things. Again, biggest haul here, aside from the bukus of jewelry, is the long-handled sledgehammer that we found. That is a crucial item. Again, it's heavy, too. The weight matches the importance. It's 6 kilos. One of the heaviest things in the game, to be honest. Look at that, a pack of shell boxes. So I think that's like 6 extra boxes of shotgun shells, which is great. Again, I'm going to grab my flashlight here. It's almost toast, but it's got a little battery left, so we'll throw this in our glove compartment the next time I forget to bring one. And I think we're going to head back to base, folks. That is arguably one of the more successful loot operations I've gone on, Project Zomboid to date. So I'm very... Oh, okay. he said while hitting a tree. But no, I'm quite pleased with the outcome there. Could have been a lot worse. So we will take, and I'm tempted to tow a car out of here and try to finagle that. But for now, I think we'll just be pleased with what we've got, and we won't be too greedy. And yes, we spent the entire night in this game, rifling through the Crossroads Mall. So very dicey assignment, to be sure. We are on our way back to base with our various jewels and chains and gold items, earrings, necklaces. Oh, and here's that wall I was concerned about. We're gonna have to reverse here. Is this somebody holding something? Okay, let's gonna have to get out and fight here. Again, equip the machete. That's a sprinter. Okay, that's unfortunate. No! No, 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 no. That's a hole in the clothes. We're okay. Okay. It's a prepper helmet. Looks like this is a prepper zombie. We got a bite on one of our pieces of clothes. We'll have to figure that out later. Of course, the prepper zombie's body has disappeared. That would have been great if we could loot them. Take a quick glance here. It was our left forearm that got bit. We have a hole in the bandit trench coat, so that is definitely why we had all that equipment on. Just double check our health. I think we're okay. Yes, we dodged one there, folks. That could have been a lot worse. So let's get back on the road here. Again, it's unfortunate, but that's the nature of the beast in an online lobby for Project Zomboid. Sometimes the chunk won't load and you've got to improvise. Thankfully, I was still fairly equipped with armor, so we were protected from that bite. Again, anything less than I might have been a goner. Make our way back here, the scenic route. Again, it gets a little dicey through here. I'm going to have to take a couple of zigs and zags. We're going to have to plow through a couple of zombies, but hopefully the armor can handle it, do its job, and I don't take too much damage directly to the engine. Also, with the chains that Yusuf put on my tires in the previous episode, we should be running a little smoother in terms of tire damage. And naturally, we are getting a little hungry again. I think I could try to eat another one of these stale potatoes. Still have no idea how those got into my glove compartment, because I don't think that was me. I don't think I would have come across 8 stale potatoes, but I'll take them. They're edible. The only other item I probably should have kept an eye out for was an actual better grade backpack, but again, that will be purchasable from the vending machines if I need it. The military backpack, or I think they call them Alice bags or Alice backpacks. Those are like the really customizable ones that have like custom slots for water bottles, and you can attach extra weapons to the sides. They're basically like the Swiss Army knife of backpacks. So here's a whole horde. Let's just take a quick gander. Knowing what I know now about this little world loot thing, I could probably just stand in the middle, click this, and see if anybody's got some jewelry to find. Likely it's been taken, as everybody knows the importance of looting the jewelry now. Yeah, I think it's all taken. So we're good there. We'll get back in the car. Again, just being a little curious there to see some people do the horde mop-ups just for the sake of getting the numbers. Other people do it for the jewelry itself, so can never be too sure. We'll worry about cashing all this jewelry in on the next episode, though. For now, I'm going to head straight back to base through West Point. So forgive me if I don't cash in right away. Again, our minivan here is doing fairly well. It's kind of hanging in there, getting us around. They've got 4 wells. Seems like overkill. I think you only need the 1 well, but I could be wrong. Maybe they just want to say, well, 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 well. Look who decided to come get water. Spooky zone, the graveyard, and the warning skeletons. We'll move our way through here. And now we are on Main Street, West Point. Hey, there's a survivor. Let's take a peek at who that is. Hey, Razbop. Let's just see if he's doing okay. I'm gonna check in on him real quick. You doing all right?
Doing all right.
All right, just checking.
Back to the bus stop.
Gotcha. Well, I feel bad. I think he's trying to talk, but we're gonna keep going on our own way here. I don't want to get hung up too much on player interaction right now, especially when we're so close to hauling our loot in here. You know we're gonna be locking the trunk this time. Again, a complete blanket of snow on the ground, so it's a little tricky to see the lanes. But we're just gonna stick to the main road, so it seems a bit more clear, a bit more wide open for us. Spattering of zombies dotting the streets of West Point, wandering in the icy cold of Kentucky winter. And it's 9 a.m. on New Year's Eve. Hey, Zirconium, you alright? Oh, okay. Looks like he was limping, but I guess he's okay now. Again, it is New Year's Eve in Kentucky on this particular day in the multiplayer servers, so hopefully everyone is wrapping up their survival year in a successful way. I know we're celebrating with a glitzy, glamorous, gold-filled adventure. Call it the Golden New Year's Eve adventure here today. Got just a few more corners to go around, and we will be back at our humble little abode. Oh, whoops. Well, sometimes you hit zombies, you know? This point, we're kind of in the no man's land country between West Point and the hub, where everything is a little bit slower paced. The zombies have basically gone away from this area, or they've all been drawn away by gunshots, screams, car horns, sirens, players arguing and possibly shooting at one another. But this is our little slice of the Knox County countryside we call home. And I gotta say, it's been serving me fairly well. We got our little driveway just off of the main highway here, nice and accessible, but also, you know, kind of out of the way. Pull on up into the driveway here. And sure enough, here we are back at home with our double dog house and our rain catching barrels. Let's go ahead and make sure that our trunk is locked, as well as our doors. Let's kill the engine. And let me see here. I don't know if doors are all closed. Okay, yeah, they're closed. Now we lock it. There we go. All buttoned up. I think we're looking good. Yeah. Got most of the other items off of our weight. Fantastic. The rest is all coins and jewelry. So I think that's going to do it for today's episode, folks. If you've made it this far in the episode, feel free to like and subscribe to continue following us on our Project Zomboid adventures here in the PvE Season 11 playthrough in the Harvest PvE server here. And before we finish up, I'm going to take a brief foray into our shed here. I keep forgetting we have this little barn back here that I don't know if I've ever actually looked inside. We went to look inside it during the end of one episode, and this is actually a nice little spot. This could be a kind of a public gathering space for my house, because they can't use the house itself, but there's no reason that they can't use this barn. And it is technically indoors, even though the door is hanging open. It's still, only 40 degrees Fahrenheit in here, where it's 17 degrees outside. So we could do something with this space if and when we decide. But yeah, like I said, like and subscribe to follow along in our adventures here. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.